Arjo can play Nami, and we'll see what Aizen decides to pick up. We talked about this before.
Twisted
We were
Fate.
looking for the Twisted Fate, and it now has finally arrived. Look at Mirmo. They're taking
Oriana.
away every single thing that works well with an Olaf, but it doesn't matter because Dedenne is now going to be on this Twisted Fate. I am liking this Game 3 draft so far.
It's so intense right now. We're on the edge of the seat. What the viewers doesn't know, we have the advanced crew, but when it comes to this mid-game selection, we don't know what's happening. But Kaisa being locked in by MIRMOOOO Esports, alongside with Lulu, a very good synergy when it comes to the dual lane. Bazai and Rakan open for LAKAN Esports if they want to pick this up. When Lucian
Nami?
currently is not getting picked up very easy, but with Nami open, they can get this synergy down. With Galio available as well as support, they're locking this through.
They're going to lock in this Galio so that Hero's entrance towards
Nami?
Chinese. No.
Whoa.
Wait, what? Your reaction? It is going to be Jarvan still. You're right. It's going to be a Jarvan for jungle. So it is going to be a Lulu support and Yaohan still on the Riven, Emperor on this Oriana. So this looks to be a very traditional, a very standard composition from MIRMOOOO Esports. So far, they've got the ball delivery system. They've managed to get that wild growth either towards Riven, either towards MIRMOOOO, especially in the later stages of the game, once MIRMOOOO activates Killer Instinct. And then, of course, the polymorph is very important against a cat, against this Rengar over here. So I feel like this is just killing two birds with many stones, with one stone rather, with many birds. Wow, I'm so confused right now. But looking at LAKAN's composition, top Olaf, he's gonna be fine. He's gonna be very strong in the skirmishes for sure. And of course, we've managed to see this combo, this Twisted Fate plus Chinese, plus Rengar. Unlock Destiny, find who your target is, or find who Chinese's target is, and then join the Rengar, and it's going to be a 1v2 scenario. Easy, and it's going to be an insta-kill.
Yeah, those are the winning conditions right now for MIRMOOOO Esports and LAKAN Esports jumping into this game, G. But you know what, Riku? Don't worry about, you know, the stones and the birds, because it can go either way. It could go for multiple stones with one bird, you know, actually just smashing that down. Or you can go for one stone with multiple birds. I mean, it could roll today. No player should underperform, as they have to be at their very best.
And to connect to what you said, you know, you said XDXP will receive the wild growth, Yaohan, for sure. I feel like in the early game, we'll receive most of the wild growth just because of just how much value once a Riven is able to flourish, is able to survive, waiting for cooldowns, comboing again, get out, waiting for cooldowns, and then get in. So I feel like Wura will constantly give the wild growth to Yaohan. But in the later stages of the game, when MIRMOOOO will aggressively push with aggressively engage rather with a Killer Instinct, then most likely or possibly MIRMOOOO will receive that wild growth.
Yeah, definitely I see that happening. And LAKAN Esports, with Olaf being there, no sustainability all around, but rather going for Arjuk as a Galio, I think would be a good setup if they are successful doing it. But you have here the early engage for LAKAN Esports. The roam coming in from Chinese one, constantly just staying into the mid lane, means even XDXP is losing some of this gold. I don't think they were able to get any jungle cap so far in the first 2 minutes into the game.
Yeah, that's double Scholar secure coming from Chinese. They weren't able to get any contest whatsoever. And it's understandable because, again, level 5 is where MIRMOOOO Esports will shine. Level 3 for the Jarvan 4 for sure and Yaohan. But the rest is going to struggle a little bit when you're up against Dedenne with the gold card just looming over. And Chinese as well as this Rengar jumping from brush to brush, securing these objectives. So for MIRMOOOO, I mean, it's they still have the gold lead-ish, but at the same time, it's a good information start, or a good start for LAKAN for getting those two scuttlers.
However, MIRMOOOO Esports also was going for this raise onto the vision game, because we're looking at one ward on top of the hill beside the Dragon Spit. You also have another near Oriana, and actually both sides of the river. So I think this enables Emperor to now be able to rush dance with Dedenne into the mid lane, being safe, having this information on whether these champions are coming for the gank, coming in for a skirmish. And top of all that, they also have another in topside river. So I think when it comes to the vision game, LAKAN Esports has 2 Script Cutter, which is already so great, but MIRMOOOO is battling that even with those wards placement. Now here into the mid lane though, all ultimates are now coming through. Here's Entrance, go for the knock-up. Emperor is still gonna be safe. Galio comes in for the knock-up to follow through. Lucian's now gonna dash in with a flash. What are you doing? Red team gets the first blood. MIRMOOOO taking it home with the wrong position for Aizen. No follow through for LAKAN Esports to even trade that down.
Oh, I mean, of course, because once you sequence one combo of skills with the auto attacks and everything else, you will eventually get a secure kill onto Emperor. But unfortunately, XDXP was there, and I felt like could have been a different situation. They could have gotten first blood, so it was very unfortunate for LAKAN.
It was so difficult because even then, if they get a kill onto maybe Emperor, you're risking Aizen's life, which is an ADC for LAKAN Esports, so I think it's really just the weight coming down to it. But Mountain Dragon is going to be the first objective. MIRMOOOO Esports is going to start this off. 1.4k HP remaining. LAKAN Esports will lose this. MIRMOOOO will get the Mountain Dragon first. Yeah, Janice 1 after forcing it to flash. It's a 5v1. It really is going to be a difficult situation. So MIRMOOOO Esports is going to take it home. No kills will follow through. Going to be very even for now.
Oh, look at this though from Dedene's. Already half HP, has no honey fruit yet on his lane. It's going to be very difficult. Yeah, bot lane so far is going to get crushed on. Look at this. They're going to get first blood tower just because of this focus.
Yeah, and MIRMOOOO Esports needs to act instantaneously. They need to go for the Rift Herald, because this is a good opening for them to get that trade down later on. Tower's blood is just so massive. So when it comes to that, LAKAN Esports also needs to go for the contest if they don't want to give this for free for MIRMOOOO Esports. 1.4k HP remaining. MIRMOOOO will take it home. Ardruk will try to go for the taunt to disengage, but MIRMOOOO Esports is doing a lot of work here, and they're going to get that secure kill onto Rift Herald. Ardruk following through, trying to get the kill, but you have XDXP with the response. Very, very safe for Yaohan.
It's still going to be safe for now. Just wanted to cancel the port, most likely. But the dive is assembling here at topside here.
Chinese 1, Dedenne. You have everyone coming into topside. Heroes entrance going for the knockup as well. Jarvan 4 will be CC, followed up with the taunt. This is over. LAKAN will get the trade in, but you have the turret damage. Going for the Galio instead. It's a 1-for-1.
It is going to be a trade there as MIRMOOOO Esports is able to adjust and respond and see the dive coming. And with that, it is still very pretty much even with only a 300-400 gold deficit in favor of LAKAN there. So far, though, MIRMOOOO is doing a good job evening it out. Just anticipating Dedene's movements in the map, and therefore is always able to get an exchange kill.
Right, so for now, it's a really, really even, commendable place for LAKAN and even MIRMOOOO Esports. You have LAKAN really just getting those punches down for MIRMOOOO Esports as they take those 2 objectives. They get the kill to try and alleviate some of the damages and tap first blood as well. But when you're looking at the Tom side, LAKAN Esports wants to go for the 4-man roam, trying to kill down Wora. Wora will fall. This might be it. Another down. MIRMOOOO Esports will lose a member, and MIRMOOOO will be forced to back away. Another turret for LAKAN.
This is their game. This is what they wanted to do. They also wanted to try and even it out because MIRMOOOO was able to get that Rift Herald in their favor. And now, Chinese getting the Twin Shadows. He's ready for the hunt. He's ready for the roam. We'll see who's going to get caught out there mid-rotation in the map. But look at this. Value for the Rift Herald is able to get that second charge. So now...
Destiny gonna be forced out. Chinese 1 going in for the pin down. Gonna get that kill. And Dedenne TPing into the flank will just get the security. But now Yaohan going in. That's Wild Growth going for the knockback. That will be the trade there. Ardruk will be forced to flash, but he will no longer be able to be safe because of the trade there. Shockwave saving LAKAN Esports. Tante will go into the backside. That will be Yaohan though. Really just disabling LAKAN Esports' trade down. So MIRMOOOO will go away with 2, while LAKAN will go away with 1.
You gotta love these two teams, how they duke it out. It's so pretty even. And now they're canceling the ports. They're canceling to slow down the reset. And really nicely done. So Dedenne is going to be the sacrifice here. Gonna be late unless he uses the Destiny to come back to the Infernal Drake. But it's going to take a while. So he's not going to get that reset. At least there is that Honey Fruit. Twin Shadows used to scout out any potential targets on MIRMOOOO's side.
With the ward there, actually gives insight that MIRMOOOO Esports hovering around the corner. Just see Fate though. Overextending.
Dedenne
gonna cast this out. Dedenne readying the yellow card. Might be the stun up, but Chinese 1 drove the hunt. Zoning away the enemy team. They don't want to go for the hard engage, especially with Chinese 1. Invisible in this fight for now. XDXP in a couple of seconds will get the Cataclysm ready. So they're just waiting patiently, but now Chinese 1 is very aggressive. So the fight will not be over. They're sustaining this. Hero's entrance. That's gonna be a wrong move, but still, MIRMOOOO Esports trying to get this down. Shockwave will connect onto Arjuk. Really standstill for these two teams.
I know the pressure has been building. And now without the hero's entrance, that is a key ult not present in the possible upcoming fight in the Infernal Drake. Again, it is used to make sure that Chani survives when he goes in, Tante survives when he Ragnarok's in. So MIRMOOOO should be confident coming into this fight while that's off cooldown.
Drag. Cataclysm actually locks on 2. Arjuk goes for the knockback. MIRMOOOO goes for the killer instinct. He just secured a kill. And Arjuk will fall. Calling him his zone. No damage will be done. 3.5k for the Infernal Dragon. Destiny will be readied up to try and go in for the backside, but TP's back away, and MIRMOOOO will secure their second Dragon. Infernal going down.
That's a really nice pickup for MIRMOOOO there, getting that Infernal Drake for that damage bonus. But after all of this has been happening, it will be Tante, or rather Dedenne, that has been doing the split push. Because, of course, he does have that Destiny to work with. But looking at the items now, Ison going to be moving over to the Solari charge. So we'll get to see more of those crits hitting. And in the meantime, Emperor having that Luden's Echo on the board.
1v1. Tante, he's coming back safely. It's just very mobile as a champion, and I think he XDXP doesn't have Cataclysm to even lock him down.
That's going to be very difficult. Well, a flashless Olaf, though, can be very vulnerable. I suppose MIRMOOOO didn't really want to press the issue, just because it may not be worth. They want to keep that intact, just in case LAKAN decides to hover around in the area, in the deeper ends of their own jungle. Look at LAKAN with their deep vision in the top portion of the map. We get to see Dedenne constantly pressuring the top lane. That's the reason why there are so many vision, as MIRMOOOO will deward most of it, but there's still one in the Tri-Brush and as well near the Raptors.
The Seeker. Maybe onto Arjuk. No follow-up. Gonna be very risky playstyle. Though they have both the information that Riven is onto the bot side and Tante is onto the bot side. So currently a 4v4. MIRMOOOO really wants to press onto the tier 1 turret in the mid lane, but Chinese 1 is setting up at the Death Brush. Here into the backside, Dedenne readying up the gold card. Curl of the Hunt gonna be casted down. Flag and Drag gonna be ready as well. Shockwave gonna be lost for MIRMOOOO Esports. Huge valuable ultimate gonna be lost down. But LAKAN Esports lost 2 ultimates as well. Chinese 1 doesn't have any. Ison doesn't have any. Now MIRMOOOO Esports has to force this. Flag and Drag not going for the knock-up. Taunt there for Arjuk. Gonna be locked in. Arjuk go for the follow-up with the CC chain. But MIRMOOOO going for the killer instinct into the backside, not being able to get that secure kill. But what they did is zone away the enemy team to be able to try affect mid lane.
There's so many close calls in this game. MIRMOOOO just trying to press for an engage and try to bait out key ults just because Yaohan was busy split pushing at the top portion of the map. Take note, look at the gold lead. 3k gold lead in favor of Yaohan versus his counterpart Tante. So imagine if Yaohan is able to be more involved in the fights after opening that top side. LAKAN should be worried about this player.
It definitely would, because you already have Proto Belt for Yaohan. Black Cleaver is there. You also have the Death Stance, which means when it comes to sustainability and engaging, Yaohan is currently atop of his league when it comes to engaging for his team. However, MIRMOOOO doesn't have any information onto the Baron Spit. They have the Scrowers Bloom though. Gives off information for them that LAKAN Esports is setting up those vision into the Baron Spit. So they're forcing them back away. Still a stalemate for now.
LAKAN is going to run out of time. They are going to eventually not be able to deal with MIRMOOOO, Emperor as well, with the big shockwaves and big dissonance being very painful. So they are at a ticking time bomb.
Alyssa, flag and drag. Heroes entrance gonna be in. Zoning out the enemy team. Going for the knockoff onto XDXP. But still, they're not going all in. Yaohan though, trying to catch up into the party. Wants to be included in this fight. Their Scudder gonna be secured by MIRMOOOO Esports, but nothing much more than that.
And it's going to be the Air Drake now being started by MIRMOOOO at the moment. Look at the zoning done by Emperor here. It's huge.
It's a strict line that LAKAN Esports cannot cross. Because MIRMOOOO Esports has that dominant, and now they're crashing down. They're going for the mid lane. Bot growth now going to be casted down. Going for the knockout. Twisted Fake. Going for the Destiny. Has this information. But LAKAN Esports will fall. Destiny will be the only one alive.
Destiny escape?
With Ison. Destiny actually escapes his life, but Ison is still on a bad position here. If he goes for the engagement, he's the Emperor with a shockwave. Baron buff. Gonna be the target for MIRMOOOO Esports. LAKAN cannot do anything without their jungler. Easy takedown for MIRMOOOO Esports.
It is a great secure. It is a great engage coming from MIRMOOOO there. Such confidence. Very... LAKAN wasn't able to prepare for that. Again, this composition from LAKAN is a pretty much all in, no out. They have a Galio on their side. It's not going to be like a Janna. It's not going to be like a Braum. It's pretty much why they struggle when they're caught off guard whenever MIRMOOOO decides to go all in. Solari Charge Blade now getting picked up. Double Twin Shadows on the hands of Emperor and as well as Wura. So information is going to be provided, especially if they want to try and counter out Chinese's movements. In the meantime, MIRMOOOO now has Baron buff. They're going to go and siege.
Yeah. And, they should have. They should be. Because this Baron buff is going to be their very opportunity to have that clear difference up against LAKAN Esports. Because currently it's only 1k gold difference up against LAKAN. Scope the Hunt though, gonna be casted down. Has that information. MIRMOOOO will get the tier 2 turret into the bot lane. Destiny in. You have the Dragon 4 going in. Into the turret. Go for the Cataclysm. Actually locking down onto one. Chinese will say goodbye. MIRMOOOO Esports is going for the inhibitor turret. Will secure it down. Ignite will not burn XDXP away. 1-for-0 traded away from MIRMOOOO Esports. Make it a buy one, take one as they get the inhibitor turret.
They want to get that reset. They want to keep pushing to top side, clean it up, see how they can push more of this value off the Baron, as they want to set up that wave to make sure that they have more space, especially that the Ocean Drake will be spawning soon. Mission accomplished now for LAKAN is able to open up one lane, which is at the bottom part. Look at MIRMOOOO now. Emperor just slowly trying to catch up here. It's going to be a potential 4v3 scenario if ever they decide to push for this fight.
Dante is not going to be here to even support his teammates. So LAKAN Esports clever move to back away, but they lose a tier 2 turret once again. So clear map control for MIRMOOOO Esports. 6k gold lead already. And now LAKAN Esports is on the corner of this room on what they need to do next.
And they're forced to just play defense here, and unfortunately unable to play the aggressive game. Unable to utilize the Dene and Chinese just yet. MIRMOOOO now has to watch out for the 4-1 split push whenever Tante is going to be shoving the wave, especially also the Dene. You being able to use Destiny to join the fight. Now MIRMOOOO can try again, force another fight because they're huge. 4-1-4 on Yaohan. We've got 4-1-2 already onto MIRMOOOO. All of the killer instinct so far has been paying off.
And they always get that secure kill, which they need. 4 was always going for the aggressive push. Lagan Dragon not being able to connect to anyone. Is MIRMOOOO Esports still going to respect LAKAN Esports? Because if they lose a fight, Ocean Elder Dragon gonna be alive in 13 seconds, and Baron Buff will follow through at 13 seconds.
Exactly. It's such an important, crucial time. Ragnarok activated.
Flag and drag going in. Cataclysm will miss though. I was waiting for that. Now Trail of the Hunt will go for the counter engage. Will not get the kill down. Shockwave will connect through onto Chinese, but kill is still not gonna follow through. MIRMOOOO Esports playing very, very safe as they immediately go to the Baron Nashor.
Yeah, the Cataclysm, you know, Tante would just use the flash. They were just waiting for each other. But yeah, Baron Nashor now secured. This is going to be very huge for MIRMOOOO here. But look at that. Tedene still continually pushing topside, and the inner tower is about to fall. MIRMOOOO does have a bit of space to work with. They can send Yaohan actually to topside. He still wants to keep that proto belt because it is part of the way that he fights later on.
Rengar jumps in! He wants to get the steal, but he will fall. He will down. And now it's Yaohan going for the zone onto 3 members for LAKAN Esports. As Tante will now be forcing out the Ragnarok. Can he do it? Can he make it? He won't. MIRMOOOO will get another. There's the triple kill for MIRMOOOO Esports. They can finish this game. They need to buy the TPs if they want to finish this through. 45 seconds on the clock for them to be able to defend this for LAKAN Esports. And you're seeing the TPs now coming up.
Yeah, this is the game-winning push.
This is it. Cataclysm to follow through. Arjuk will fall. He won't force out the flash. That's gonna inhibit their turret into the mid lane. Actually falling down as well. Hero Xandros is on away the enemy team, but that's not gonna be enough. That's not gonna do anything as LAKAN